Mailbag.
Mailbag, yeah!
All right, if you have a question for the show, you can go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. Click on the Submit a Question button. We're actually going to kick this one off with a voicemail question. Let's go ahead and do that right now.
Hey guys, it's Alexa in Tampa. I want to give you guys a special thanks. I'm sitting at 7-5. Chance to win my division this week and clinch a first-round bye in the playoffs.
Nice.
So thank you very much for the advice. My question for you is, do I start Randall Cobb at Detroit on Thursday night, standard scoring, or do I start Buck Allen at Miami? Don't really know what the right choice is, so thanks so much. Bye.
Ooh. All right, question from Alexa. Randall Cobb at Detroit on Thursday Night Football. Buck Allen at Miami.
Standard
scoring league. I know my answer, but I'm going to let you guys talk.
Oh, man. The standard actually it kind of hurts both of them because Buck Allen is an excellent pass catcher. He'll get 4 to 5 catches. So I would lean in the direction of Buck Allen because the Miami running defense has been allowing fantasy points to be scored. So that's where I lean.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go that way. I've been a Randall Cobb owner all year. Had him coming in our league of record and still have him somewhat sadly on my team. He hasn't – I mean, you're talking about a standard league. Since week 4, he's only had 2 weeks where he's been over 60 yards. So if all you're getting is yardage, and I mean maybe you're hoping for a touchdown, but you take away his receptions, his yards per catch have not been that good. So I'm definitely going Buck Allen here.
And I completely agree. That's the direction I'm going as well. Buck Allen's baseline is better in standard and PPR than Randall Cobb's is at this point. I think the workload is what you want. And Jason said it best. I mean, Cobb just hasn't done it. So let's move on here. Ryan in Indianapolis, week 1 of the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Who should I flex? Chris Ivory at the Giants or Martavis Bryant against the Colts?
Oh, man.
Standard scoring league. These are some big-time questions now. This is playoffs.
Yeah, and I will answer it this way with Chris Ivory for floor, Martavis Bryant for ceiling, even though it kind of seems like an obvious answer. That's the way it has to be for me. If you need a ton of points, you go with Bryant.
Yeah, because Ivory's odds of getting you 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's done it once this year, I think. It's just not what you've been seeing.
Yeah, in general, if I'm just having to pick one and I don't know high or low, I'm going to go Chris Ivory.
Yeah.
It's still a winnable matchup against the Giants' run D. He looked mediocre for a lot of the game last game, but then he turned it on at the end and had a great drive, got in the end zone. So I would lean Chris Ivory.
Yeah, I lean that way too. Kyle in Huntington Beach, which 3 running backs do I start this week? Mark Ingram against that Carolina defense. Chris Ivory at the Giants, Thomas Rawls at Minnesota, Buck Allen at the Dolphins, Jeremy Langford at the 49ers, David Johnson against the Rams.
My goodness.
Full point PPR.
Oh, man, your league mates
Must hate you.
Yeah, you are the running back hoarder.
What it is this is waiver wire.
Well done.
David Johnson, Jeremy Langford, Javorius Allen, and Thomas
Rawls.
Rawls are all probably waiver wire pickups. So
Yeah, for sure.
Very good.
Wow.
Buck Allen is in for me. I think I would put him first because he does catch a lot of passes. I think he's got a winnable matchup. Obviously, I love Ingram, but Carolina scares me. I think I'm going to go David Johnson. Oh, man, this is tough, man.
I'm going to sit Langford down.
Yes.
Okay, let's try it that direction.
Okay.
Eliminate them. I'm going to sit Langford down. So now you've got I don't know if I'm going to play David Johnson first week out over these other guys.
If you've got great other options like this, I can see resting him.
Ivory, Rawls, Allen. Final answer.
I'm going with Ivory, Allen. It's going to be really tough for me to sit David Johnson against the Rams. I'm going to go with David Johnson.
And I'm going Ivory, Allen, and I want to go Mark Ingram.
Oh, it's tense in here.
I want to go Mark Ingram. I think I would go David Johnson, honestly.
David Johnson versus Rawls, Waterbet?
In full point. What's the scoring format?
Let's do our league, half point.
Yeah.
Waterbet.
David Johnson.
Rawls cost me. Oh, we didn't bring it up.
Yeah,
I
that's
lost the
true.
Rawls versus Buck Allen bet by like a point, right?
No, it was
17
it
to
was-
16, something like that.
It was a couple points, but yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Mike sent me a message last night, and he's like, "Buck nasty, Buck's running all over him." I'm like, "It's Cleveland, dude." I'm like, nobody thought Buck Allen be bad. I didn't understand what he was doing. I thought he was, blowing the trumpet for Buck Allen as the. I think I sent him a hashtag greatest of all time
Yeah.
to mock him, and then I realized it was because of the water bet I made, Buck Allen versus Thomas Rawls, and I lost. So I'll get wet. All right, Dan in Philadelphia. Will Des Bryant with Castle throwing to him or Mike Evans be a better rest of season option?
Mike Evans.
Yep, for sure.
Evans, for sure. All right, Travis in San Antonio, Texas. I own Tom Brady and Cam Newton.
Very nice.
Brady against Philly, Newton against New Orleans. Thank you very much. What is your answer?
I'm going to go with Tom Brady against Philly. I think we've seen Philly give up, I think it was 17 touchdowns last game through the air, and then 18 the week before. I could be wrong on those numbers, but it was
They're
something,
close.
pretty
It's
close.
something similar to that. And Tom Brady, he should have Amendola back, so I'm going to lean that way. Just a higher upside, and you've still got a good floor, even though the New Orleans pass D is also atrocious.
Yeah, I'm going with Tom Brady.
And this is the matchup. I got Cam against Brady, me versus Andy this week, so I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think because of the running success that they might see, maybe that, the Patriots are running the least that they've ever run on a percentage of plays in the Brady era. So I think I'll stick with Brady on that one as well. What is the next question?
Nick
here?
in Boston, Week 13. Should I start Gary Barnidge against the Bengals or Travis Kelce against the Raiders? It is half-point PPR win to get into the playoffs. So Gary Barnidge clearly has the tougher defensive matchup. Gary Barnidge also has the switcheroo of quarterback because we're assuming that Josh McCown will be out. That means we either get Austin Davis or likely Johnny Manziel. I think it'll be back to Manziel. And we've seen that Barnidge does not have the same success. He's still solid, but with Manziel, he doesn't put up
It's
the numbers
Kelce.
like he does with McCown. And Travis Kelce gets the Raiders. So
I'm going Kelce.
it's Travis Kelce.
It's unanimous.
Yeah.
It's who, Nan?
Kelce had a good week last week, too. That helps. So Rob
So
wants
did
to know.
Barnidge. Barnidge was
He did.
getting
He did.
all the catches.
Yeah, Rob wants to know, which two would you rather have rest of season? Dante Moncrief, Devontae Adams, Kamar Aiken, or Marvin Jones?
Aiken for sure.
Yep, Kamar's at the top.
And then
I will go Moncrief.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, Moncrief.
Because Devontae Adams stinks.
Take every opportunity. All right, Zach in Toronto.
Bonjour.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was
Mike
I was reading a message. One of my friends just messaged me and said that they are having another baby.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Give him a shout out. What's their name?
Well, I don't know if it's public knowledge yet or not.
that
so-
would be not good then.
Yeah, so I will withhold it for now.
All right, Zach in Toronto. Hey guys, my playoff spot is locked in, but I have a chance this week to eliminate a close friend of mine with a victory. So this week matters more, obviously. I need to start 3 of the following 4 in Week 13. Doug Martin against the Falcons, Chris Ivory against the Giants, Jeremy Hill against the Browns, and Spencer Ware
Ooh,
against
man.
the Raiders. Who do you guys think?
Who do you sit?
Hope-
Well, this
Hopefully-
has to be under the assumption that West is out, right? Because if West is
yeah,
back
let's go
in,
with that.
then
Let's
the
go with
decision
that.
is made for you. So we're going to say West is out, Ware is in, and then in which case I would be sitting Jeremy Hill.
Oh.
You're presuming,
I-
is that what you said? You're presuming West is out and Ware is in?
Correct, because if West is back, then obviously
I'm
Ware is out.
expecting West to be back.
Me too. So I think
Okay.
it's going to be where who you sit.
Oh, okay. Because there's only 4 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
So
I'm not.
essentially
I'm sitting.
I think the question is, if Spencer Ware's the starter, would you rather have Ware or Hill?
I think I probably sit Ware no matter what.
Yeah, it's going to be – oh, that's a really tough one because Jeremy Hill is coming off the best yards per carry game. He did tweak his ankle, but he gets a matchup with the Browns.
Okay, then I'll stick with what Jason said. Hill, Ware, based on Ware's availability.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Ryan in Atlanta. Wiseman of the fantasy footballs. I need your advice. I am the commissioner of my wife's family league. Lately, some of my brother-in-laws that are out of contention have been sitting their players and letting their wives, who are in contention, win on purpose. They've readily admitted this. What punishment do they deserve, and how can I prevent this in the future? Obviously, with the family involved, I just can't kick them out of the league.
This sounds like a great time for the wheel of water. They need to take some water in the face or on the back or in the duck butter.
It's tough because if you can't kick them out,
You
then
got to do something about it. This is not a league that you want to play in.
No, that's the truth. But you're probably stuck playing in these family leagues. So a punishment and a commitment to not doing it in the future is probably
so
the way you got to go with
here's
family.
the thing. If this is just for fun, there's really nothing you can do. If there is a prize involved, like a cash prize or even a trophy of some kind, if somebody knowingly tanks like you have seen, then they are exempt from this year's pot and next year's pot.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm
Pretty
going to stick with
hardcore.
my wheel
It's
of
pretty
water.
hardcore. All right. Sam in North Carolina. Should I start the Panthers D this week against Drew Brees as the Brees owner? I don't have another option at quarterback, but I do have the Bengals defense, who is I love this week. I know Brees plays well at home, but I'm worried about the interceptions canceling it out and becoming a higher scoring game. I could also pick up Cutler or Taylor off of waivers.
I was going to say, when he says that I don't have
I'd
another
play Cutler over Brees.
He says, I don't have another option at quarterback. You have probably 16 other options at quarterback. The waiver wire is full this week. It's a great streaming week, and Drew Brees was your sit of the week. Here's what I would do. I would wait till our rankings are up, go to our website, and look at our rankings, and you'll see where Drew Brees lands, and you'll see all the guys above him who are on your waiver wire. Pick one of them up, play the Panthers D, and sit Drew Brees. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's tough.
You don't think the Bengals D against the Browns is a better matchup than the Carolina going to New Orleans?
Oh,
because
sure.
I actually do. I actually think
missed
the
that.
Bengals D is better.
I missed that part in general, but okay.
Doesn't mean I would start Brees.
Yeah, that was my next question. Okay, so you've got the Bengals D in. Do you roll Brees or do you sit Brees as Mike?
I think I might stop by the Circle K,
pick up a Jay Cutler,
pick up a pack, and roll out smoking Jay Cuddy.
I like it. And I would do the same thing. And I would not play Tyrod Taylor. All right, Tony in Houston. Okay, guys, rest of season. Maclin or Hurns?
Wait, is this a four? Oh, it's a 2-pack of twos.
Yes.
Okay.
Maclin or Hurns?
At this point, it has to be Maclin because we have no idea what's going on with Hurns of his injury.
C.J. Anderson or Woodhead?
Yeah, C.J. Anderson. He's back.
He seems to be playing well.
If Brock Osweiler is under center, it's C.J. Anderson.
He's on a 4-game winning streak, second place in their league.
Boom.
Boom. So talk to me about Hurns' situation and how that impacts Bortles, how that impacts Allen Robinson. Because it seems like when these guys are in there together, they're both very productive, especially Bortles. But Hurns is in trouble now with the injury.
Yeah, it definitely hurts him. What can help off balance that is if Julius Thomas really does step up like he did last week, had a monster game. We know that Julius Thomas is a very talented guy, so he could easily fill the void that Allen Hurns leaves behind. And the great thing about Allen Robinson is he can have 3.5 quarters of a really bad game, but because he's with Jacksonville and Blake Bortles, the master of the trash compactor, he can get you that garbage touchdown with literally no time left. So there's always hope for Allen Robinson. Oh, the garbage man can.
That's a sign of a great wide receiver, though, because that's what happens whether it's Julio or somebody else. You can have kind of a mediocre 3 quarters of a game, but come through with the touchdown when it matters, or come through with the big play when it matters, and really save the day. Allen Robinson has been that good this year.
Because he's a great wide receiver.
Where do you see him? I mean, now it's miles early, but where do you see him next season in terms of the wide receivers? I mean,
he'll probably be early 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
would be my guess.
So you have him inside the top 10? at the wide receiver position, right around there.
Right around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an ascending talent to me.
Yeah.
I think just watch him play. If you're just watching his box scores, being like, yeah, good check out. No, go watch him play. He's freaking good.
Yeah, this last garbage time touchdown that he got, where he saved a bad performance, that was, I mean, they just threw the ball at a defender, and Allen Robinson reached over him and grabbed it off of his helmet and caught it.
If Bortles knew where the line of scrimmage was, then Allen Robinson would have an even bigger game.
Yeah, and so Hurns is not supposed to play this week, but he could be back the week after that,
Right.
so that helps the rest of the season picture. But, yeah, I'm with you guys on the picks. The Jaguars, I hate to say this because this is both a compliment and an insult at the same time.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Our specialty.
I'm waiting to see what goes wrong for them because I really like their offense in the future. Going forward, you've got Bortles, Yeldon's young, Julius Thomas can be integral. Robinson and Hurns are super capable, and they've even got guys like Marquise Lee and Rashad Green
Right.
that are talented guys. If their offensive line gets in order and they can protect Bortles, give him the ability to drive the ball downfield, he has the arm to do it. I just see so much potential there that
Your
they're not far.
Jacksonville love has got you in trouble for years, Andy. I believe last year you lost a water bet.
I'm not going to call it years yet because it was last year and then part of this year.
Here's what I would say. If they can replace Gus Bradley, they can be decent.
You
boom,
have to take a shot at
boom,
you have to take a shot at Gus.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good coach.
Gus is a fun-loving guy.
I like the dude. He is
Gus.
good, fun guy. I don't think he's a good head coach, and I do think he'd be a decent coordinator.
Look, if I'm
I
having
hear he's a great father.
if I'm having a wine and a cheese party,
No clue if he has kids.
there's an invitation in the mail. It's going out to Gus Bradley.
Yeah.
I want him at that party.
Do you want him coaching?
No.
head coach.
You don't either?
No, I
So
don't
you think they need somebody else?
Yeah.
You might be right. they haven't really produced yet, so
Oh, and yeah.
Didn't they get back-to-back wins for the first time in 2 years?
well then
They
lost.
shouldn't have. But well, no, I know, but
Yeah, they did.
And then
They did. Hey, they're in the mix. Right?
no.
All right.
yeah, he's like a mixer. Like the party I'm having with Gus Bradley that doesn't involve coaching.
All right. Hey, let's tell everybody what's going on for the rest of the week. What do we got? We've got the Thursday.
Thursday is our starts of the week, and we start breaking down the matchups
Yes,
in the
fantasy
forecast. Absolutely. Then Friday we finish that up with the rest of the matchups. We tell you who we like, who we do not, and then we will be visited by our good friend from the Great White North,
Yes.
Chris Meany,
A.
who will break down some excellent daily fantasy options, win you that sweet quiche, and then it's week 13, and then it is on.
Playoffs!
It is on.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Stay tuned this week. We are here. We're delivering all the Week 13 news, notes, information, good stuff. We'll let you know anything else going on.
Two notes before we close really quick. Andre Ellington is in doubt for this week, which we knew that was kind of the concept, the ideas that were out there, but now it's confirmed by Ian Rappaport that Andre Ellington is doubtful with the turf toe.
David Johnson.
And then I cannot remember the gentleman's name, but we ran into a listener of the show at Chipotle.
Yep.
And
Longest odds of the world, too.
And he was on a business trip, and he had made a joke with his friend of
He's from Missouri.
Maybe I'll run into the footballers, and he did.
Because he's going to Arizona. Oh, maybe you'll see the footballers.
And he did.
But we did not snap a picture with this.
So this
fine
is
young
just
gentleman.
to affirm it
Yeah,
for
I
his
just want to
friend.
let his friend know he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
We met your friend. He is an upstanding citizen.
Sounded like his
because he eats
fantasy
at
team was
Chipotle.
doing well. Yeah, he eats at Chipotle.
Yeah, that's
That's part of the vetting process. If we meet you at Chipotle, you're already past step one.
also like The Walking Dead. The first question: how many times have you had Chipotle this week?
Chipotle, where are you? Why aren't you the sponsor of our show? Get it together. Give us those gold cards. We want you. Come and get us.
That's right. So that is it for today's show. Thanks for listening. Check out the website. Visit jointhefoot.com. Join into the community. And we'll catch you tomorrow.
Well, I guess it was a group message. So congratulations, Chris. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.